This is a story about a very old aeroplane. An aeroplane that hasn't flown for nearly 6 years. And a bunch of Aussie engineers who got it back in the air.
It was a pioneering part of the jet aviation era. We've got a real love affair with the aircraft. We want to get it back home.
It is a great looking aircraft. A little bit old in the technology stakes, but other than that, it's got its own little charm. It's a little bit like a Connie.
This aeroplane is not only a part of Australia's heritage, aviation heritage, but it's also world heritage. This is the very first 707 exported out of the USA.
It's majestic, it's full-bodied, it's such an original design that feels so airworthy.
Southend on Sea in England, a seaside resort at the mouth of the River Thames. It's famous for its pier, the longest in the world. It's also known for its funfair, its casinos, amusement arcades, fish and chips, and a small fishing fleet supplying cockles and whelks. The beach, such as it is flanked by little bathing huts, all closed for the winter. Overlooking the mudflats, elegant houses with iron lacework. Southend's heyday was before the war. Since then it's become something of a retirement home. People come here at the end of their lives. Aeroplanes also come here to die. At Southend Airport, there are lots of old airliners which will eventually be cut up for scrap. But this one has got a stay of execution. It's Qantas's very first jet. A short fuselage Boeing 707 built in 1959.
I was quite surprised when I saw it in an article in a magazine that the aircraft was still existent and it was at Southend, and it was looking for a new owner. So from that stem the events which are taking place now, which we're trying to rescue the aeroplane and bring it home.
For 6 months, working in all sorts of weather, these retired Qantas aircraft engineers have created a little bit of Australia right here in Essex. Collectively, they're very good at their jobs. They have more than 400 years' experience working on aircraft, and many of them cut their teeth on the 707. Their temporary home is this portable metal shed. Their task, to get back into the air a plane which hasn't flown for 6 years. This is what the plane looked like when the engineers did a preliminary survey. Streaked with mildew, it had survived 6 English winters. The plane had had a number of owners after it was sold by Qantas, finally ending its days as a VIP aircraft for a Saudi Arabian prince. 47 years ago, it was a different story. Qantas joined the jet age in July 1959 with the arrival in Sydney of its first Boeing 707. It was to revolutionise air travel, shrinking the flying time between countries. The 707 became the most important airliner of its day, bringing London within 30 hours and San Francisco 16. Before the 707, Qantas had used propeller-driven Lockheed Constellations on all of its main routes. The Constellation took 4 days to reach London. The airline was under pressure to buy the world's first jet airliner, the British de Havilland Comet, but the aircraft was structurally unsound and a number were lost in very public accidents. The Comet anyway was too small for Qantas, carrying only 48 passengers. So the airline bought Boeing, and the 707 immediately won the hearts of the travelling public.
July 29th. Australia's overseas airline prepares to launch jet service across the Pacific Ocean.
I named this aircraft City of Canberra, and may God bless all who fly in her.
I remember when the Beatles arrived.